Hey everyone, Jim here, Boots and Whiskey Podcast. Welcome to our final episode of 2025. I can't believe I'm saying that. This is actually, I think, episode number 67 of the year. No coincidence there, just so happens to be the number. We have Alec Antobenedetto. I fucked it up. Alec's here, okay? That's how I know him. That's how he's going to go by, Alec. When it comes to last names, I just suck at it. We actually recorded this one a little while ago, but other things had to come first. It just happens. That's just how this fucking thing goes. Alec is in a Chris Stapleton tribute band that's local to us here in New England. They're fantastic. We get to see them the night we did this episode. We get to see them. So a big thank you to him and everybody at Chan's in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, for having us. For those of you that don't know, Chan's is world famous for the egg roll, and jazz. That's all. John Chan, owner of Chan's, has been in like every Farley Brothers, whatever. The brothers that did Dumb and Dumber and all that, because they're from Rhode Island, and I'm just fucking going on about nothing. It's been a long year. All right. So just, it is what it is. Little fun fact about this episode. I haven't even told Alan this story, but in this episode, you're going to hear us hear us yell at some girls that are making too much noise. I don't know if you'll be able to hear them or not, but it's hilarious. Okay. Now, bartender was nice. The other girl's fine. I've known her for a while, but here's a little fun story. The girl that wasn't the bartender a few days later hit me up on Facebook asking me for money. When I denied the request, got blocked. Cool. So there's your 5 minutes of fame. I promised y'all in October that we were going to come hard hitting. There you have it. I don't fucking care. We made some waves yesterday on the Instagram with Jay Allen and all of that drama. Go check that out, because that was hilarious. That was also hilarious. Kylie Morgan, you're still more than welcome to come on the show and tell your story. I know you're not listening to this episode, but if you do, come on up. That's it, guys. We had a hell of a year. We are going to announce our top episodes of the year on New Year's Eve. So thank you everybody for watching, listening, the whole 9 yards. We had a hell of a year. We really did, for the podcast. We went to so many shows, took so many pictures, met so many people. Like, we had a great time. We went to Maryland this year. We went to Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. I don't think we saw any New Hampshire. Nope, we went to New Hampshire for a couple shows. We did the damn thing. We really did. And then, we went to New York City for a show too. Can't forget that. I almost forgot that because I was really drunk. But we had a great time. So for those of you that have come along the way with us, thank you. And that's really it. This weekend, kicking off the first of the year with PBR, Unleash the Beast at the Garden. I think we're going to take Parker to see PBR. For those of you that don't know who Parker is my son. He was the one that announced that's right. He announced that we're moving to Mondays next week. First of the year. Creed Fisher will join us next Monday. He's kicking off the year. And that's it. But this is about Alec. Sorry. You know what? That's how this fucking show goes. And I'm tired. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm recording this. I had just gotten home from work. Totally had forgotten that I was even putting out an episode tomorrow because, holidays and shit and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, damn, having dinner. I was like, I gotta do this. You don't care about any of this. So I'm going to shut the fuck up. And I hope you enjoy our conversation with Alec. Cheers. It's so fancy, Alec. It counts down.
I love that.
Right?
I love that.
Well, thanks for being here, man.
Yeah. It's long overdue.
I know. It's
long overdue.
It seems like every time, it's my bullshit. It's always my bullshit. It's never you. Like, it's never anybody's fault other than mine, because I just can't get my life together. But thanks for being here.
I'm happy to be here. I'm honored to be here. I listened to so many Boots and Whiskey podcasts, and I love them all, and it's great.
Well, I
I think
appreciate
what you're doing for the younger country generation that's coming up, and you really have your ear to the ground on that stuff. You know who's who, what's what, and I think in this part of the country, you kind of help.
Well, I appreciate that. It's that's kind of was always the hope, where, and then I think I've told you this before, where I started this trying to just do the local scene, and then come to find out the local scene's only so big, but so big at the same time. You know what I mean?
And you got Stephen Wilson Jr. Dude,
we're working on it.
oh, is that?
We're working on it.
Should I have
We're
not
working on it?
Okay,
But
sorry. Edit.
Right. But the things and the people we've been able to talk to and line up and meet, it's.
I thought it was so funny to go to Shane Smith. I mean, the Peach Eaters last year in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I heard him sing, and I was absolutely floored by his voice. And, then they play Worcester, the connection, and.
Yeah, it's we've been super fortunate with those guys. I don't even know how the hell that's even happened. But that's a whole podcast in and of itself.
Yeah.
But this is about you. So tell us about you. Like, how did you get into this whole crazy life?
Okay, so we'll start with like the country part of it, the Chris Stapleton tribute thing, I guess. That's what this monstrosity is for. But I don't know, it was probably 8 or 9 years ago. It was on like a Sunday morning ABC show, and I heard him playing and I heard him singing, and I was floored. And I am the biggest Motown fan you will ever find.
Really?
Steve Perry from Journey
Yeah.
is my guy, but so many people don't realize how smart Steve Perry is. And I'm hoping to one day talk with Steve and put it out to the world and, get let him share his knowledge of Motown. So, for example, Journey has a song called Ask the Lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Four Tops has a song called Ask the Lonely. Journey has a song called Stone in Love. The Stylistics, back in the 50s or 60s, had a song called I'm Stoned in Love with You. Journey has a song called Girl Can't Help It. Well, sorry for the background noise or at a gig, but, anyway.
Pull it closer.
Pull it closer. All right.
It looks like we're even.
Yeah. Hey, can I yell at them to keep the noise down
Yeah,
for a second?
absolutely.
All right. Can you guys keep the noise down? We're doing a podcast, please, for a few minutes. So,
they're all fine.
So anyway, just Girl Can't Help It. Little Richard has a song called Girl Can't Help It. So his guy was Sam Cooke. If you listen to Sam Cooke, you'll hear Steve Perry. And the Motown singers, when I first heard Chris Stapleton, his voice really resonated with me. He's labeled as a country guy,
mm-hmm.
and he was like a computer technician before music, right? So did you know that?
I didn't.
He was all like programmer. He was a programmer. Did the bluegrass thing for a while, but there's a lot of really soulful quality to his voice. And long story short, I started doing some of his music with other bands. People were like, you sound just like him. So I said, I'm going to do it, pay tribute to his music. And, and here's what people say about tribute bands. So let me give you a little misnomer, a little clarity if I could. The Peach Eaters, that I play drums in, we're on our 25th year right now. So 25, 26 is year 25 for the Peach Eaters. We're the biggest fans of the Allman Brothers band as anybody who comes to hear us. It's not like you're coming to see the band. I mean, you are,
right.
But it's a celebration of the music. And I feel the same way with Chris Stapleton's music. I think I'm the biggest fan, and all the guys in the band love it. And think he's great, and it's just a celebration of his music. So, and then we have the Zeppelin tribute band that I play drums in, which is Confounded Bridge, and I've got a corporate band that does high-end weddings, corporate events called Pieces of Eight. It's a dance band, and just very, very lucky right now, teaching drums and being part owner of a music store.
Yeah,
my best friends, and so
it's always fascinated me how big tribute bands are. Like how much of the market, I don't want to say takes away, but like takes away from, original. Because like, let's be fair, right? If you went out tomorrow and started your own thing, you're not going to be as quickly successful.
no one's coming. Right.
Right. Now, why do you think that is?
This area,
Okay.
100%. If I'm in Nashville,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like what I'm hoping to do. Over the years, I've become friends with Rich Redmond, who was Jason Aldean's drummer, and oh God, why is his name slipping me? Oh, Jim Riley from Rascal Flatts.
Yeah.
Jim Riley's a Natick guy.
Oh,
Grew
okay.
up here in Natick. His
Yeah.
dad was a local fireman, and through those guys, something that I'm kind of leaning towards is maybe doing that in Nashville or Los Angeles or New York. They can support the original music. Boston isn't a market.
No.
I hate to say it. But if you want to be heard, you got to get out of here.
Right.
You know.
do. Especially if you're any good.
Right. Well, okay. Let's. In Nashville, you have 125,000. In Nashville, sorry.
Oh yeah. And if you hear things that they,
This is as live as it gets.
right. This is as good as it gets. They're going to talk about their lives and hopefully people they know.
I'll help. Hey,
If you don't want anybody to know what's going on,
yeah.
they don't.
Hold on.
Understand.
They don't. They don't.
I loved it.
I know. This is so funny.
This is awesome.
Give us a second.
No, it's so good. It's so good.
Little like fry basket.
Which this is the best part of this show.
I know, right?
Especially
Could be
live.
the edit.
I'm not gonna edit any of it.
All right,
They're gonna
beautiful.
they're showing up.
Hey, just want to let you guys.
My theme, and I wanted them.
Just want to let you guys know. Oh, they're not even
They
listening.
don't
Like,
listen to me. Okay, I don't give a shit.
this is Rhode Island. This is Rhode Island.
This is peak.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right.
So yeah. So we're just doing a podcast here.
So
We
whatever
got
you
everything
guys
that
talk
guys
about
have said.
is gonna be
Yeah.
yeah.
A birthday party.
That's fine.
All right, so
the
anyway.
15 people that listen.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right. But no, I think that you have to take it out. And Nashville is a place for original music. It's a place to get heard. It's the number one music city in the world right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
LA is still LA. If you're gonna act, that's probably where you want to go. But they've got a music scene out there, and it's all different. Nashville's not just country.
No, not anymore.
It's not. Even like Austin, Texas is really good. I've got some friends that do a lot out that way, but I will tell you one state that has come a long way with having a music scene, and that's Maine.
Really?
Maine has a scene up there.
Huh.
Yep. And I think the one place in Massachusetts that really has the most amazing musicians, but these are musicians that they've kind of done it,
Yeah.
is Gloucester.
Okay.
Gloucester in so many ways is like Massachusetts version of Nashville.
Huh.
You have my friend Gary Backstrom out there from Jiggle the Handle. They toured with the Allman Brothers.
Yeah.
John Butcher from John Butcher Axis lives out there. Dave Maddox, the drummer for Fairport Convention, Paul McCartney, Tracy Chapman, he recorded the original Fast Car. He lives out there. Pat Badger from Extreme lives out there.
Oh, no shit.
And these guys, and it's kind of weird, but Gloucester it's like its own version, Massachusetts version of that. Yeah, you have to be a player. If you're going to be a player and play with those, if you're going to be a player and play with those guys, you got to really know your stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll give you an interesting story about Nashville. So when I went,
So next Friday.
the first time I went, the Peach Eaters, which is my Allman Brothers tribute band, got contracted to play at Vanderbilt University
Well, no.
for a 25th year college reunion. And
No, because
not all the guys in the band could make it. So there's a Allman Brothers tribute band out there called the Midnight Riders. And I had become very friendly with them over the years because the Allman Brothers band in so many states has
My daughter has
just
lots of hair.
connection bands. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
So
long like mine, but with the thicker.
I'm gonna ask them to keep it down. Sorry, they're probably gonna yell at
Nice
Carla.
curled, like I guess beachy waves. I don't really.
Carla. Oh,
And
stop.
then like a little like.
Just keep it down just a little. Just because we're doing this podcast thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So everything with the ice and everything, it's going in. And so anyway, so I went and he contracted these guys. So the guy that I got to play with, his name is Jeffrey Jones, who was great friends with the guys in Government Mule. Connection.
Yeah.
They play at this club out in Nashville. You've probably been there. It's called Third and Lindsley, or you've heard of it. And the drummer, one of the drummers, well, Taylor Jones is Jeff Jones' son. He's one of the drummers. And then the other drummer is none other than Gary Forkham. Nashville Forks Drum Closet. He was the owner. So there's connection number two. And he and I had a great conversation about this drummer called Larry London. Larry London was the number one on-call Nashville guy. He was the Nashville session king. He died in 1994. He was the one that recorded Steve Perry's Street Talk album. He actually had a hand. It had nothing to do with him, but when Steve Smith, the drummer for Journey, got fired, Larry took over. And they asked Larry to go out on tour. And Larry's like, there's no way I'm going out on tour. I make too much money in the studio. And
Oh yeah.
I have a great home life. But Larry just had this knowledge. And talking to Gary Forkham about Larry London, now I got to introduce this guy, Larry Weekly. This was all within one day, by the way. His dad was Harold Weekly, who was the drummer for the Grand Ole Opry for 25 years.
Yeah.
So think of who he has played.
Right.
And so there's a very famous venue out there called Tootsie's.
Yeah.
And here I am talking to Larry Weekly. We call him Big L. Larry Weekly. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to be able to play Tootsie's. And he goes, well, we can. I'm like, there's like a 5-year wait list to get in there. He goes, well, Tootsie was my grandmother.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So one day, I made connections in one day, and they're all asking me, everybody, you got to come back, you got to come back. So I made these connections in one day that people take 10, 15, 20 years to make.
Right. It's all about, a lot of it, as you know, is being in the right place at the right time.
100%. Absolutely.
And, I think, doing this, and this is no disrespect to anybody, right? You have to have a level of being able to sell yourself too, right out of the gate. And a lot of these kids, again, nothing against anybody, a lot of these kids don't have that
drive.
The drive. It's or the ability to hold conversation.
Right.
They just can't.
And it's 90% promotion, no matter how good you are.
Oh yeah.
It's 90% promotion, 10% delivery.
Right.
Goods. Be ready when the call comes.
Right.
You got to remember that this is the day and age that these kids all grew up with cell phones.
Right. They don't know how to have human interaction.
They don't know how to have human interaction. And when I was in the recording studio, I used to work in the studios in Boston. I did the Boston Celtics, the Patriots, Big W Hotels, Hasbro Toys, Dexter Shoes, Revit, session after session. You have to go in and you have to that clock is watching. Right. And or that clock is moving, I should say. And when you're doing a Nashville session, pretty much you're lucky if you get a demo of the song. And if you don't, you basically got 20 minutes to get your track in.
Right.
From never hearing a song to it being done.
Right.
That's how quick things move in Nashville. So these guys don't have the intestinal fortitude to play through a whole song. They have to, cut and paste.
Yeah.
So much of music is like that because Guys can't play complete takes anymore. But if you're in a big, and this is how, not to be judgmental, so, but I think if you want a career in music, you have to, you've got to be really, really diversified. For example, let's go to Nashville right now. There's 125,000 guitar players living in Nashville.
Right.
And they're all good.
Right.
They're
Right.
all good.
They're all good. Right.
What do you got that's different?
Right.
There's
Exactly.
75,000 drummers that live in Nashville. And they're all good.
Right.
These guys can play.
Right.
What do you have that's different?
Right.
Piano, less, bass players, less. And the other thing that people don't realize too about a lot of the Nashville stuff, a lot of the stuff that comes out of Nashville, those aren't their bands that they're playing with or recording with in the studio.
No.
Those are session guys. You probably got 10 drummers. You got like 20 or 30 guitar players. And these guys are doing all the sessions.
Yeah.
Background vocalists are doing all the sessions. So
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's crazy that it's like that, And I know there's bands out there that are trying to get there.
Yep.
They're
Yep.
touring bands to be in the
Right.
studio now, but
Yeah.
it's the only genre of music that does that. It's crazy.
It is. It is.
Absolutely insane.
But they know they can get the
Right.
producer hires a musician.
That's right. Right. They know they can
You know
turn
what I
it
mean?
to burning.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So, but yeah, I had I'll go back down to Nashville again and next year. I didn't get a chance to go this year just because of my flying schedule.
Yeah.
But the music business is it's a funny thing.
It is.
You got to really, 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 you have to believe in yourself, and you have to just move on. You've got to if you're playing with a band and somebody in your band isn't good enough, you got to move on. And like I said, not to be judgmental, but how I judge musicians or how I watch musicians or listen to musicians is, can you do a big time session?
Right.
If you got the call to play with Shane Smith,
Right.
if you got the call to play with Chris Stapleton, if you got the call to play with Vince Gill, if you got the call to play with, Keith Urban, can you do it?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? There's a guy that I'm friends with, Tommy Harden, and I'd say internet friends, I guess, but we chat every once in a while. But Tommy Harden's his nickname on Instagram is Seshcat. He's Alabama's drummer. But that guy plays with everybody. He's been on so many records.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you ever check out other podcasts. Rich Redmond has a good one.
Yeah.
If you specifically go to that one, it's listen to it. It's really, really, really good. So that's that part of the thing. And like I said, with me, when I put the Stapleton tribute band together, and I see a few of them popping up, but it was just, I knew who I wanted to do it. I knew who I wanted to play with. I'm still not 100% done with tweaking where I really want it, but I couldn't ask for a better team. I really could.
Now, when you decide who's going to play,
There you go.
I've
Go
recognized
ahead.
some of these guys.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they're all the same people.
Well, the senator is always my right hand man.
Yeah.
So he's been with me for over 20 years. In the Peach Eaters, and he plays with me in Confounded Bridge and Pieces of Eight and whatever project. So I know that I can. You want to come say hi?
Not really.
You don't want to be on the biggest country music podcast in the world?
Yeah. So
Top 5.
So anyway, I know what I can get with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dave Hines on bass. I mean, I've been playing with the Senator since 2000. Rick Good is his name. Pretty much Hinesy, the same thing. And I'll tell you what, you guys will all get a kick out of this. When I first said I was going to put this band together, I sat with them on another gig. And I said, I'm going to do a Chris Stapleton tribute band. And they're like, okay. And it was me and the two of them. And I said, I'm telling you, you guys are going to help me get it off the ground. then I'm going to fire both of you and bring in younger people. I really
mean,
did.
you know,
And they
that's-
were like, okay, you know, that's
Right.
they were okay, you know, but right now it's going along so
yeah.
smoothly.
I mean, from what I've seen, I mean, I haven't seen you yet, but like
Right.
from what I've seen on social
Oh
media,
yeah, you're gonna.
you guys are doing well.
Yeah. It's and it's growing. You
Good.
know what I mean? And it's growing. You know, and you know, we got a chance to play Indian Ranch out in Webster. You know, Indian Ranch, and I have a really good story about Indian Ranch. But when I was a kid, I used to go there with my parents, 6 years old, 7 years old. I used to watch the trucks unload. I see the white lettering on the cases, and I don't know, it fascinated me. It was like that was like my church in so many ways.
Yeah.
And just every week I'd watch and watch and watch. I got to see Willie Nelson there, Waylon Jennings, Tom T. Hall, George Jones.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
God.
And you don't know what you're seeing when you're 6 or 7
Right.
years old. And then I worked up my way to actually, here I was, a 7, 8 year old kid helping them unload the trucks. And they were letting me go backstage. I could do whatever I wanted.
That's awesome.
And then I did it as I got older. And and I think it was 1981 or 1982. And I went with my dad. I don't know where my mother went. I think she was at a flea market or something. But I went with my dad, and I saw Dr. Hook. Those of you who don't know who Dr. Hook is, get educated. Anyway, and they were like crazy loud. I never saw so much weed smoke backstage in my life. I think I still got a contact high. This was like 1981, 1982. Just hanging out with those guys. And but it wasn't long. Well, it was probably right around that time that a friend of my dad said, "Hey, your son plays drums." And he's like, "Yeah." And it's called the Primavera in Millisnet.
Yeah.
Used to be called the Red Barn. And there was a blind piano player there. Her name was Dolly. And this guy said, "Well, you think he'd want to play drums with my friend Dolly?" And my dad was like, "I'll ask him." So he asked me, and I said, "Yeah, I'll get down and try it." And I was 13 years old. Just brought a snare drum and brushes, and played "Hello, Dolly" and the Frank Sinatra stuff and whatever. And she said to the manager, she goes, "Look, I'd like to keep him playing with me. Can we give him $50 a week and feed him?" The manager's like, "Yeah, it was great." And actually, lo and behold, without revealing too much, Senator hasn't had a drink in like 30, 35 years or whatever. That used to be the senator's watering hole when he was drinking. And he remembered that I used to play there.
Damn.
Right? How funny is that?
That's
right?
That's a full
Is
circle.
that right? So, and then these guys, they were they were the local famous country band. They were called the John Penny Band. They used to play Indian Ranch. They opened for a lot of people, and I guess their drummer was down. They were one or two of them were in the Red Barn one night, and they said, "Hey, the kid's pretty good." And they said, to me, I guess, or my dad, "Can he play drums? Can he play set?" My dad's like, "Yeah." And so, can he play with us every Thursday night? We play at this bar called the Gym 10 in Ashland. Now, if anybody has ever heard of the Gym 10 in Ashland, they'll know what I'm talking about. I got quite an education from the old Gym 10 as a 13-year-old, But 13 years old, I was playing out on school nights, Tuesday and Thursday nights. And it just never stopped since.
Yeah. It's funny how that works.
It never, it's just,
Because like I played drums in high school, right? Like I got 3.
okay.
Just enough. But like music for me, like growing up, like my parents, it was all classic rock.
Right.
All the time.
Yep.
It was never country music. My parents would have rather fucking shot themselves in the living room, right?
Right.
Than listen
Yep.
to country music.
Yep.
But like, for me, I mean, I'm sure, you get your tastes, right? In high school, like when I hated my parents, it was heavy metal.
Right.
You know, and then I got out of that and into college, and it was jam bands.
Yep.
And then once I got married, started having kids and all that, that's when the country music, like that's when it made sense.
Real life hit.
Right,
That's
right.
what it is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
talking about things I can relate to.
Yep.
You know, and if you would have told me 10 years ago I'd be doing this about country music, I would have told you you're already fucking money.
Right.
Because.
But look, yeah, and look what it's grown into.
Right.
And what a great name.
You know,
what a great name.
What
a great name.
I didn't even think about it much either.
You know, no, that's the no. It took me 2 seconds to name this band.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because if you think about it too long,
yeah, you're overthinking.
Oh, why did we reconnect?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's okay. We're still here. And then,
you
want to say hi?
No.
Still don't want to say hi?
I'm here for moral support.
Oh, okay.
You can't be an athlete. Be an athletic football.
All right.
You know?
We have Tina over here.
Please spell it.
Tina Saints.
Stop.
Okay.
There we go. That's one.
And we are back. Are we
Maybe.
back? All right.
Okay.
All right. Maybe we never. Sorry about the ice, everybody.
No.
That's
Maybe.
John back there. He doesn't care.
No.
So anyway, where we're doing this podcast, we should maybe talk.
Oh yeah, we
about
probably should.
So this is Chan's.
Yeah.
It's a national room. It really is a treasure of rooms on the East Coast. John has had everybody here from Dizzy Gillespie, Leon Redbone. He's had Steve Smith from Journey here. Great fan. Oh, he has.
Yeah.
You primarily a jazz and blues room. Duke Robillard, James Montgomery.
Speaking of local legends.
Right. And so it's been around for about 120 years in his family.
Huh. Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yep. So
Probably should.
Chan's, go ahead.
Well, no.
Chan's in Wasaga, Rhode Island.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but and John, I think John's a national treasure. John's very tight with the Farrelly brothers.
Yeah.
Me, myself, and he was actually in Me, Myself, and Irene.
I was just like, hasn't he been in like every single one of them movies?
Yeah, in some way. Something about me. Something about Mary. The twins that are joined together. He has an Oscar. If you go out and look at, he's got an Oscar in the display case.
No shit.
Yeah.
I saw the post. Like I've lived in this area my entire life. I think I've stepped foot in this building 3 times.
Right.
Like,
So there's not a lot of country here.
no.
And my relationship. So the first time I tried to get in here was with the Peach Eaters. It took me. I called John Champ for 5 years. 5 years. Couldn't get in here. One of my buddies played golf with him. And he's like, when are you going to get my buddy Alec's band in there? He's like, he's your buddy? He's like, yeah. He's like, well, are they any good? He's like, he's been calling you for years, you know? And he gave us a chance. And we had a complete sellout here. And, so we negotiated a price. And I'll never forget. But I said to John, John, we sold out and had a really good night. And John goes, yeah, you did. I said, so you gotta bump us up a little bit, pay. And John looks at me. You always learn in the music business. John looks at me. He goes, hey. I said, what? He goes, beginner's luck. Let's see you do it again. And how can you blame him, right?
Oh, right.
So,
Right. That's awesome.
yeah. So that's kind of what we're doing. And you're gonna see it tonight. You're gonna see it.
I'm gonna hide in the corner and
All right.
just
Good.
you know.
And so basically, the Chris Stapleton tribute band is called Traveler, the Chris Stapleton Experience. I know there's a band out of Texas called Traveler, and we'll see as the crow flies what happens. We're Traveler, the Chris Stapleton Experience. I think they just may be Traveler. I don't know how much they do it. I don't know how much they don't do it. But if I do need to do a name change, I'm going to change it to Broken Halos.
There you go. Now, before we wrap it up.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite Stapleton tune?
When the stars come.
What's your least favorite?
My least favorite one. Boy, so many people love it. You know, it's a great song, and it just hasn't hit. There's a couple of them. Whiskey and You, Tim McGraw. Look at the face. I knew it. I told you. Whiskey and You.
Have you ever heard Aaron Lewis do it?
No,
Oh,
no.
you want
I
to
have
cry.
to check it out. Yeah, yeah. I'll have to check that out. And then I Was Wrong. It has not hit with me yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, I won't say I don't hate either one of them. We're going to do both of them, but it's just that.
I'll tell you my Chris Stapleton stories.
Okay, all right.
No, no.
All right.
No, no, no.
All right. I did meet him at MGM.
Did you?
They were waiting for the van to come to pick the band up.
Not a him Chris Stapleton story, but
Oh.
my love hate Chris Stapleton.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's more love than hate.
it's not personal at all.
All right. Good.
Yeah. But thanks for coming on, man.
Absolutely, man. Pleasure. Absolutely, brother.
We'll do this again.
Yeah.
We'll keep doing it.
You know, we got,
There's plenty of stories.
Warren Haynes with the Allman Brothers band, Government Mule. He's a good buddy of mine, and Matt Abbs, their drummer.
Awesome.
So we do the annual Boggerstock Festival, and I don't know. I think Warren's going to be on it one of these years, but I'm not sorry, Warren, if you hear this, but I'm not putting you on the spot.
All right.
Be a pleasure.
Yeah. Well, man, thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Nice job.
Thank you, honey.
You too.
Thanks. Well, there you have it, everyone. Our conversation with Alec. It doesn't matter. I'm awful. Like I said, I'm awful. Alec was here. Had a great time. We hope you enjoyed it. If you're local, go check out his bands. All of them. He's in like 807. So, you can never not see Alec live on the weekends around here. Dude's a fucking monster. Great drummer. Hell of a singer. Yeah, he's doing the thing, man. Stories are cool. We're gonna have him on again, I think, because I feel like there's more stories to be told. I think next time we have to drink too while we do it. Anyway, thanks for being here. We'll see you next week. See you Monday for Creed Fisher, episode 1 of 2026. I can't believe we're saying that. I can't believe it. 2026? You shitting me? I'm still getting over 2020. But yeah, here we are. We hope you enjoy everything that 2026 is going to bring. We hope you have the best year ever. And honestly, on a personal level, it couldn't be any worse than this year was. But people are prone to surprise you. So we hope you enjoy 2026. Going in with your head held high. You know what? If you're, I said a few weeks ago that we're gonna put a little twist to the end of these, and I mean that. If you're one of those people that are listening to this and like you just made it through the year, it's enough, man. It's enough. It was a tough one. And those of you that know me personally know how tough it was. And if you're in a boat where it's tough for you, dude, just like I said last week, reach out, shoot a message. We're here. I don't give a shit. If I don't get to you right away, it's because I'm working or sleeping or want my kid. But we're glad you're here. So Happy New Year from all of us here. All of us. Like I know I'm a big dude, but that's it. From all of us here, Happy New Year. Let's go get him in 26. Cheers.